Thumbs up if you guys can hear and see me all good. We live. Ow, my foot still hurts from today, you know.
From slamming it down.
I was coming into Van today and I had no shoes or nothing on, and you know when you tap your foot to knock the snow off, I just stepped barefoot. Oof, good one. All right, let's see who's on the house. We have 15 so far. So tonight, it's me and Turtle. He's currently working on his wish list right now. Ow, that fell. I fix this. Hang on, everybody, go for a ride. Alright. So, yeah. He's getting on his wish list right now, Vernon. And I've been bugging him for a while, so he's we're working through it. Did you end up getting into your...
I gotta get the link. I have it on a video, though, but I might be able to copy it.
Can you go to your Amazon on your computer?
Yeah, I gotta sign in, though.
Yeah. I know, everything's logged in on my phone too, so that's it's a pain remembering. Broken toe stream. Yeah, it felt like it when it happened. You know what's funny? When I brought my second foot in, it still like tapped a little bit. Like I was learning the hard way. Videos. We want more videos, but no more live streams. Hey, I totally feel you on that as well. But it's like freezing outside, so we're stuck with being inside. And it's either live streams or no videos because there's nothing going on besides really trying to stay warm. I really, believe me, I want to get working on the blue van and start rocking on stuff, but it's all we can do when it's a minus a million outside, you know. All right, let's check it so I can read a little better here. Also, I put slow mode off today for people to flood the chat and talk amongst yourselves as well, which will make it a little harder for me to see people's comments. But I've seen it requested for a while. We'll see how it goes. All right, Vernon's in the house, Tracy's in the house, Fred's in the house, Lynn's in the house, Robbie's in the house. Hello from Newfoundland. How's the weather down there, Robbie? Leanne Webb's in the house. Hey, Turtle. Snowdog69's in the house. Gregory's in the house. Nice. Appreciate that, brother. Van Maruth is in the house. 1954 Shadow. Heard anything from Mark the Paint Guy? Actually, I got a surprise visit from him the other day, and it was such a surprise visit that I didn't have my camera out. And but we ended up catching up for a little while, and he's gone back to BC now. But he's doing good. He's doing good, you guys. Don't worry about that, boy. He can survive. Fantastic Calamity. Nice to see you here. Tina, how you doing? Mindful Forest. The Turtle Gang is taking over Bruce's fan.
Turtle.
Turtle. It's so funny because I don't even call him Chris anymore. I just call him Turtle.
Pretty good nickname, you know.
Even on radio, we have radios amongst a few of us who all park together usually. And every time I radio him, it's always Turtle.
Always late too.
always late,
yeah.
just like a turtle. Randy Sanders in the house. Bobtail Truckers in the house. On the fly soon. Hi, Van Maruth. What's your channel name? Van Maruth. Leanne Webb. Janelle. Hello, Tracy. We see you lurking out there. Drop a like. Help Bruce. Thank you. Good day. How's the weather up there? We still don't have any snow in Lethbridge. We actually got a pretty good dump of snow this morning, or last night, I guess, because this morning when I woke up, I could barely even see through the windows. And the temperature is continuing to plummet right now, so it's not getting any nicer. I have two. I got two TVs going. It's nice. That's gotta be confusing. Snowing today, but not too cold. Can't wait for another month to get the El Camino out. You got my attention, sir. What year? Howdy from Texas. How you doing? If YouTube didn't copy strike for music, you could be playing some chill music on them subs. I know, right? Da, da, da. Speaking of the speakers, I'm actually going to, once the weather tries to warm up a little bit, that's one of the next things I want to start pulling out of this white van, is all of the speakers and the wiring set up. Right now, where it is extremely cold outside, I'm stuck with just kind of sitting. I did actually edit up a video that's premiering tomorrow morning, and then I'll do another new live stream at noon. But the video premiering tomorrow is the morning after spending my first night in the blue van and waking up to it being cold. So it'll be, that was quite the day. How's my future hubby tonight? Minus 20 right now. Yeah, it's getting cold. How's the heater been acting? How's the heater, Turtle?
Really good. Really, and it's quiet. It just runs away. Oh, it's really from having to struggle with that Beaver. Yeah, definitely the highlight was last night, and it's so good on fuel now. I guess the other one wasn't burning correctly, so
yeah, I think we're gonna have some fun with the other one, doing some tests and stuff.
yeah, because it was consuming way more fuel, and that's supposed to be a smaller model. So
yeah. But it's nice having like a test backup one you can kind of mess with.
Yeah.
When it's like minus, what is it, 28 right now, something like that. You don't want to be trying tests and like having to take your heater apart, which most times is what you end up doing with those diesel heaters. And if you're in a tricky location, thankfully his is pretty accessible. But when they are in a tricky location, then you end up, clearing everything out of that spot. My batteries actually used to sit on top of my diesel heater, and now they're under my bed for the simple fact of I've had to swap it out so many times. So keep that in mind if you guys do get a diesel heater, make it very accessible because you won't be working on it. And if you're not, you got one of the good ones, and that's awesome. I've had one work for like a year and a half, I think 2 years before, and then every one since is just bobtail. Yeah, we real van lifing out here. 82 with. Oh, Robbie says an 82 with a 354 barrel. Nice. Woo. Get to that scoots. Who's the old guy in the driver's seat?
Some days.
Somebody's shooting shots, Turtle.
I'll be 39 soon, and you know what? I shouldn't look this old. I really should. No, it's the winters, maybe.
It's definitely the winters, man.
I've lived half my life trapped inside or outside, freezing. As of 30, I never really went anywhere, right?
People think I'm so much younger than I actually am. I think it's just because it's the junior thing, but
yeah. I think the oldest Mr. Blur. He's
Mr. Blur's like 700.
I'm not far off though. He starts to complain about and then it's like I'm ready to go off to bed too, man. I have early nights now, and that's something going into 40 that I got to really.
It's the winters too, dude. I'm up all hours, but I could say if it wasn't freezing and like death outside, you guys would have so much more content. We'd be doing so much more because
you got the time change coming up.
Yeah, that's gonna be nice too. More daylight. That's gonna be really cool. Bruce, did you get your package today? No, I haven't heard anything from my friend Austin. I'm sure he will message very soon. Crispy in the house. Lynn, 61, and running a Harley wide glide. Keep moving. Nice. 56 in the house. Nice. Thank you guys so much. If someone is heading to Canada, what are the must places and must go places / areas plan to see?
Ooh, everyone's got a different opinion.
Yeah, everyone's got a different opinion on that. For me, I've walked it, so every bit of it is kind of boring to me at this point. I don't know. Like I need new landscape.
Yeah.
But what do you think? What's your like?
Oh, that's without a doubt. It's skiing the Rocky Mountains.
There you go, skiing the Rocky Mountains.
My life has been the rest of if my life was like a reel, the rest of the reel was just kind of a waste. It's just a skiing.
Just the skiing, yeah.
Because oh my god, some of the hills out here, you get some really good snow, and not this season, obviously.
Hey, thank you very much, Bob Tail, for gifting more memberships. I greatly appreciate that. Last night's live stream, we actually got a ton of new members. That was awesome. Thank you very much, Vernon, and thank you very much, Bob Tail Trucker, and anybody else who's gifting memberships. That's such a cool thing you can do for each other. Donna's Road Trips is in the house. Vernon, did you get that package today? No, but you know what, Vernon? I'm going to be idling a lot tonight. Like, I'm idling actually right now just to keep the batteries up so we can charge our devices. Turtle has his laptop hooked up front. He's currently working on his Wishlist stuff, like you mentioned, Vernon. And then I got I got the phone charging, got laptop, Starlink, and then the laptop. I said laptop twice, but lights, and then the diesel heater. So the batteries is getting a workout. And that 30 amp charge controller is definitely getting a workout too. Yeah, it's definitely getting a workout. I noticed that it's been rising in temperature a lot lately, just working it, right? Bruce, I'm going to have 5K members. That would be so cool, actually. Can you imagine having 7,000 subscribers and then 7,000 members? Hey, Junior, you all the time. Lots of love from Ontario. Nice, Danielle. As the East Coast weather today. Turtle's gonna take off in Bruce's van. Hey, he's all welcome to, but in this white one, you ain't gonna get far fast.
Yeah, I'd be worried.
I think Turtle is actually probably faster.
It's cold. It's cold out, and I don't have to want to walk back to the Turtle.
Yeah, just pulls up and gets out.
It's like minus 20 something right now.
Parallel parking again, so.
And it's blizzarding right now.
Yeah, it's actually blowing snow pretty good right now. It's a turtle, man. We're just hanging out. AT. Turtle is gonna take it. Here's Amazon order. It says you got 2 more coming tomorrow. That's awesome, Brennan. Thank you very much for that, brother. I'll message him tonight and see what he does, because he works split shifts, so that's why it's kind of tricky meeting up with him every now and then. But I will message him and see if we could probably even meet up tomorrow and then grab the packages before noon. And then noon, we're going to be doing another live stream right after the video premiere in the morning. And maybe we could do a package unboxing again on that live stream. I have an easy wish list on foods. I have an easy wish list on food, coffee, shower, and laundry. If only you could put a shower and laundry. Well, I guess I do have a shower on my wish list. I don't think you could put. I don't know if I got room for a washer. When you idle, do you crack the windows? So my windows are, especially the passenger with the Starlink setup. Anytime Starlink setup, the windows are always cracked anyway. I love my heat, so most times my windows are up if I can do it. I'm not too worried about ventilating this van for air-wise because my doors are actually held on by ratchet straps. Puppy's got all the draft. Mr. Blur, my wish list would cost too much.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
Bougie.
Bougie with the transit, see? But honestly,
I think
honestly though, even a headlight is like probably you could buy like almost a full bumper for my van for what you could probably get a headlight for his van.
I think I'll put a marble slab counter right here.
Yeah.
The chandelier is actually going to be fixed here. And this is the foyer.
It's actually gonna have real crystals in the chandelier too.
Real crystal.
I don't do Amazon, but I'll see if something can be arranged if you insist. It's just an option, Bobtail. Mainly, it's for me to get stuff for myself. But a lot in the beginning of my YouTube channel, a lot of people suggested that I make it public, so that anybody who wanted to support me in that way could possibly, grab something off of it. And a lot of you have really been, taking that in strides and getting me a lot of stuff off of it, and I greatly appreciate that because it all helps build the new blue van. And if anybody's ever built out a van into a camper van, they know it could be expensive quick. Like even just with wood, that's gonna be one expense. Actually, in my last live stream, we opened a few packages where I showed we got some wire and stuff like that, some lights. So there is a few things that we have, but there's still a lot that's needed with any van build. Right now, it's just bare bones metal. It's been too cold to work on anything since I stripped it down. But we're gonna get at it as soon as that weather just gives us a dang break. My mobile estate. It brings up the property value of that thing. Thank you, Bobtail. Try looking for your wish list. Do I have to be a member? Nope. So the wish list is in the description of every one of my videos. I believe it's in this live stream, and it's also in the about section of my channel. So. And I do that just because, like, it's kind of, if anybody wants to contact me, my email's there. All of my info is just kind of in one thing, so each time I just kind of continue. So it makes it easier to find people as well. This channel is focused on Bruce, but all here are amazing. Hey, it's kind of about sharing the journey, and the journey includes, friends and family all along. So Turtle and everybody we meet along the way is all friends. I love being able to share it with anything. Were you able to get packages last night? No, I'm going to be. We just covered that, Randy, but we're going to be meeting. I'll probably try and meet up with him tomorrow and see if we can pick up those packages. That's the reason my Amazon wish list and my mailing address is not publicized. My wish list is publicized, but my address isn't because I'm just using a friend's address. Being a nomad, I live in a van, and like we do real van life out here, and an address is one of the trickier things for van life, right?
That real van life out here.
We out here in these streets.
Hey, minus 30, we're under the van.
We're under, yeah, literally. Like,
fingers burning.
Oh,
it hurts so bad too. It's like that mirror, but I think it takes a lot for them to turn black and fall off.
Yeah.
Like you'd have to be unconscious and not notice it again.
But I mean, when we were inhaling those diesel fumes the other day, it wouldn't take long,
You know what? That's the thing. The Beaver, if anyone who's ever had a Beaver, you're going to be haunted by diesel fume smell for the rest of
your life. I'm telling you. Yeah.
I never smell diesel again, and then this one's burning so clean. Not a thing.
Yeah. Yeah, when they work, it's beautiful, but any issue, it's just like, oh.
We smoked it out. If there were mosquitoes, if it was summer, they'd all be dead.
Yeah. They're so unreliable, but hopefully that one is going to be reliable for a long time. Because I've had one that worked like almost 2 years, right, with no hiccups. So that was the one that Chrome actually got me in the very beginning. So chat is going very fast. Yeah, Vernon, I normally have the chat on slow mode, but a lot of people suggested to put it on regular. Makes it harder for me to read, so I am going to be missing some of the chat as well, but we're going to try and keep up with it as much as possible. If anything, I'll look at it as a training exercise. And I just want to say thank you, Bruce, and the whole community. I'm going through a hard time right now. I love all the positivity here over the line, getting through these few days. Well, thank you very much, Gregory. There's been a few YouTubers for me as well. I've been in that exact position, and just watching. It's weird how just watching videos and watching other people can kind of motivate you, but it keeps the positivity going, right? And I appreciate that. Thank you. After a little bit, were you able to get your heater going? Yes, he did get his heater working. It was absolutely freezing working on it, but he got it going. For the most part, I tried to catch as much of it as I could on camera. He also filmed on his 360 GoPro. I'm going to be sending him the bulk of all of the video so you guys can check it out on his channel. And then I'll be showing clips of it on my channel as well. But in my video, I'll put the link to his channel and his video so that you guys can just hop over and jump that one as well. Sending. Bruce, you need a secretary to sit and read chat to you. If all of my members probably seen recently, I actually do have a little secretary, and his name is Petey. He's just all the way in Newfoundland, and I don't know if I can understand his dog language very well. Ninja Boo Kitty's in the house. And last, you are too fancy for us pub folks. Hey, he worked his way there, right? So. But he's definitely enjoying it. I can guarantee you that, and rightfully so. Hi, Lisa. 54 in the house. Thank you all so much. 43 likes. Thank you very much.
Pardon me.
Excuse me.
Straight to jail.
Straight to jail.
Living in a van, straight to jail.
Straight to jail. You definitely do. God bless you, turtle.
God bless. Thank
God
you.
bless that
My
turtle.
soul is escaping.
Oh my God, that's crazy. But no more cold bus. Yeah, because believe it or not, even though it's a short bus, it's still a big space. Anybody who's got a tall camper van, they know it takes a lot to heat that puppy up, and when you get it warm, you don't exactly want to be just let that heat go. When the heat turns off, it'll get cold quick. Oh, that sucks. Sweet, thank you for that, but how to break, how to go around from Wishlist. But how can we donate some food and so I have a Amazon or what is it, a Walmart gift card link on there, I think. I tried to make a Walmart like grocery list one time, but I'm not very like technically inclined, so that stuff is like all confusing to me. But I believe if there's a Walmart link there, that should be for a Walmart gift card or something like that. Other than that, I have PayPal or e-transfer. E-transfer. I can't even talk. Just regular gift cards so we can use wherever. Yeah, that works as well. Thank you for thinking of it. Thank you for thinking about me in that way, though, Leanne. Let's see what the batteries are at. All right, I'm gonna kill it. Turn the van off, and then see how long we can get out of these batteries for now. It wasn't a very long charge. With a 30 amp, it takes a little longer to charge the batteries up. But unless we go on idle here all night, then I'm just gonna have to live with it. So we might have to. I don't know if we'll exactly make the 1 hour mark tonight for the live stream. But we're gonna try and go as long as we can for you guys. Bruce loves Timmy's. Yeah, I love Timmy's. Absolutely right. I tried to use that gift card on there. I have no clue how to do it. That's why I rather use PayPal. Exactly, Vernon. Yeah, it was very confusing to me when I set it up. But on my end, it did say it was set up successfully. If anybody, you know, if anybody does go towards that Walmart gift card link, I greatly appreciate it. First off, but also let me know if it's very difficult to do. If it's difficult to do, I might just take it off. I did that with a few other links as well. It's just too confusing and there's too many, so I try and keep it as limited as possible.
Usually some people would say like, oh, the tough times, the videos really get you through. I watched Forest Forest when I was in an apartment I didn't like. But you know what? It's really great seeing people when you actually get to meet them.
Yeah,
so
it is.
Like, like you met Forest Forest. If I met him, I'd be like, wow, I've seen.
No, I haven't met him yet.
No?
No.
But even any, like,
we were supposed to do work on his van.
Meeting the people you've been watching all their videos is like kind of surreal, right?
Oh, it's dude, but I met Chrome, like I've been watching him for so long. But, like, he's a regular dude too, right? But when I met him, like, I was so nervous for absolutely no reason. Right? And even now, like, even when he calls or something like that, I'm like, what? It's so strange, right? Because you watch someone for so long and then you finally get to meet them, regardless if they're super famous or whatever, if it's someone who's helped, like you said, helped you get through some time just watching a video, and you get to meet them in person, that's a very cool thing. Set up unsuccessfully. For what? Then I can't get past the not a robot stage of the Walmart link. Really? Okay. I better come back so I can plug into my trailer. Yeah. Actually, Turtle was ranting about possibly getting a generator when his diesel heater went down. He's like, I'm done.
I was so
angry,
dude. I'm done. I'm getting a generator. I'm done with it. Because Randy's got this trailer with the generator.
It's so
like
beautiful.
Having a shed, too. So you can, like, keep, your garbage in there. You can keep, any kind of tools. There's just that extra space. And if I had a full-size bus, it would be a joke, right? But with the space, even as it seems like a lot of space in there, and it is, you're still limited, like we can't keep a generator. Build a cage in the back.
Yeah.
It doesn't really make any sense to build a cage. We just get the trailer. We get the hitch. We'll see if this one, if you're going to cannibalize it, we'll see.
Oh, we're there. So with the white one, since I have a few of you here, we could do an update on the white one. I had put it out there that if anybody in Alberta had a rickety old car trailer that they wanted to trade for this thing, to take this thing on as like a camper van project, I don't recommend anybody taking this and living in it right away. If you're trying to do that, I won't even let it go. But so far, it's been a no-go with anybody interested. So with that being said, I think we're going to end up scrapping this thing. That should be pretty fun. Got one to build and one to scrap. Lots of content there, you guys. We're going to have some fun. I can't get starstruck by chat as normal as my windows. Nice. Turtle less talking. And yeah, how's the wish list going?
Getting there, man.
Getting there?
Yeah,
it's a process. Which company has a better van, Ford or Dodge? I haven't had either a Ford or a Dodge, so I can't really say anything on that. I'm a Chevy guy, true and true. I love Dodge. It's just too expensive. It's true. That's another checker Dodge. But I keep asking Bruce. But if you ask Bruce, Chevy is the best. Chevy are like Lego blocks, in my opinion, Bruce, I was just like you when I met Chrome. Yeah, exactly. But it's fun, It's very fun being able to meet people like that. That's what I'm not a big like guy into technology or social medias or anything. I'm very surprised myself that I'm even doing YouTube. It's a whole new world for me. Before YouTube, I didn't even have a phone. Um, but yeah, uh, times change, I guess. I don't even know where I was going with that. Da, da, da. Pre-editor. What? Pre-editor engines are as good as Predator engines are as good as Honda ones. The mufflers is a little louder, but still good alternative. Yeah, definitely. The what does Randy have? Randy has the Champion. I think he has.
Yeah.
But Mark Topinka, I remember, had a Honda. They're all really good. The inverter ones seem to be the best and the quietest for sure. Bruce, make sure you get all the good parts off it for your new van, for your other van. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if we're going to be scrapping this white van, we are going to strip it down to bare bones. We might even yank the transmission and the motor out. Who knows, The blue van has rear drums. The white van has rear discs, but the white van has lug rear, and the blue one has a 6 lug rear. So unfortunately, we can't take or use the rear end for anything really. But if I take the motor and transmission out, I could either sell it and make a few dollars, or I could store it in a friend's garage somewhere for a future project. Uh, Uh, but yeah, when we do go to strip this thing down, I noticed in the comments a lot of people are thinking or assuming that this thing has mold in it. And when I built this thing, like I've been living in vehicles a long time, and I know what you're gonna get and how to prevent mold and all of that stuff. So this is one of the things that a lot of people don't understand or think about when they're building a van. When they put up their walls, this is not just painted when I put it up. This was all painted before it went up. Front, back, side to sides, and even the side seams. It's fully painted with double coats of paint so that there's no moisture able to attach to the wood. It's fully sealed. If you do that, you have less of a chance of mold and everything, getting into your wood. Just a little thought for when people are building them. And I'll show you guys the results of that when I pull these pieces down and show you exactly how, what is it, 4 years I've been living in this thing. And we'll show you guys exactly what it looks like after that amount of time. I'm sure that's a wrong uh, living in it amount of time, but yeah. Make sure you get all the parts. Just trying to be thoughtful might use PayPal due to having tummy problems and all. Well, thank you very much, Leanne. I greatly appreciate that. Yeah, the stomach issues they're never fully ever gonna go away, but I've been nursing it. It's kind of like a blessing and a curse being cooped up in the van in that sense. I don't like it, but it gives me a chance to take care of myself. More older conversion vans still on the road. Dodge those. So I see a lot of vans, a lot of older vans. Chevy makes you pay for a bow tie as an extra option. Ford all the way. I'm a car enthusiast, so yeah, Chevy true and true. But I love all builds. I'm a V8 guy, but I could appreciate a Honda Civic if it's done clean enough. Burn. Get the transit without turbo. I don't know. Mr. Blur has the Transit EcoBoost Turbo, and that thing hauls butt. I don't think anybody's touched him yet. Also gets like amazing fuel. I drive $700 car, so I'm loyal to whatever will keep me driving from point A to point B. I drive $1,000 van, and I've always driven. I don't think I've ever paid more than $2,000 for a vehicle, so I'm totally there with you on living or driving a cheaper vehicle. I just don't see the point in buying a expensive vehicle in my mind. At 300,000 kilometers, they could break down, and right up the dealership, they can break down. So it's whatever. After maintenance, well, I don't mind the kilometers, but for that reason of always driving $1,000 vehicles, that's why I stick with Chevy. Because for me, they just refuse to give up. Keep that can that plugs your exhaust. Sorry. Do not get the Transit with the turbo. The air tank. Chevy produced the most available and transferable parts. Absolutely. Now, guys, mind you, when I'm talking vehicles, I'm talking like 2000 and back. I'm not talking anything prior. I don't even look at those vehicles. I don't even have an opinion on anything above the 2000s. Don't drive. Keep that can that plugs your exhaust as a keepsake. The can that plugs your exhaust. No, actually, we patched that, Logan, with an actual piece of metal. Chevy compadre, how you doing? What's up, Bruce? I'm in Las Vegas, moved here from Detroit, and been living van life for 2 years in a 2 years in a Honda minivan. Nice.
The Odyssey.
Is it the Odyssey? They're nice vans, man.
Yeah, they are.
I was living in this thing, and when Mark the Paint Guy pulled up on me, and he had all the options and stuff, and he had a door that just opened on its own, I was like, you know what? Maybe I did something wrong.
I was chasing an Odyssey or a Sienna before I got the bus.
Yeah.
But that's what I ended up with. I don't know.
Like they used to. That's totally true, Bobtail Trucker. Most people don't maintain things like they used to. Don't drive the shit out of it. Where's the fun in that? That's when you buy $1,000 vehicle like I have. Then you could drive the shit out of it, and after 3-4 years, whatever, however long it gets you, you can beat on a little more, because they don't even feel bad. It's repaid you by just staying alive for so long. In my mind, anyway. I make videos about van life occasionally. I had a choice. I would buy the Ford Transit and stick. I would buy the Ford Transit and stick a Dodge diesel motor in it. That would be sweet. Can you imagine a Cummins powered Ford Transit? A lot of older vans, yes. I was referring to factory conversions. We understand if you can't do a full hour, Junior. Thank you. Yeah, we're sitting at 12.4 on the batteries right now, so we're still able to go for a little longer. Well, I got it right here, so we keeping an eye on it. I had an E250. I prefer the minivan, because gas installation and motor performance. Yeah, absolutely. Before Mark sold his van, actually, I got a chance to drive it like once or twice, just moving it from spot to spot while he was in Israel. And when I got in it after being in this thing for so long, I was like, man, this thing has so much power for a V6. Like, I didn't, but I was like, man, you could easily like mat it and roast both tires. And it's a minivan. Sweet. I drove a non-turbo Transit Extended. In the mountains without the turbo, she struggled up the hill quite a bit, fully loaded. Easy life. How's it going, pal? How you doing? I'm doing all right here. Just trying to stay warm and avoid that weather outside. Right? It's cold out there. Have you finally decided on the name of your new van? So I think everybody has decided into the post. I said that I would announce it this weekend or Friday. I believe I said I would announce it. Just let the poll go until then. Now, and I think we're gonna go with the Drifter. So thank you guys all so much for joining us in that poll. I greatly appreciate you all playing along. And yeah, we'll when we're doing the blue van, we're gonna, since the name of it is the Drifter, maybe we'll do the inside of it a little like westerny, like maybe put like a little Red Rider gun on the wall. Who knows, right? We'll see. We'll see. I plan to spray foam insulation when I upgrade my van. Right now, I have a Mini. With what y'all think about the idea? So spray foam, I would, I would absolutely love to do spray foam as well. It's a wonderful thing. I've used spray foam in rebuilding an entire 26-foot motorhome. I've used spray foam in a lot of different builds. This one currently has the pink house insulation. It's R40. I have house poly on it. For the blue one, a subscriber dropped by rock wool insulation, and but with me and Mr. Blur talking about it, he's also building out his van. I guess we're all kind of in the boat of building in our vans at the same time, which is kind of cool. But I've been really thinking about possibly doing spray foam for even just the ceiling of the ceiling of the blue van. Yeah. Get a G20 Chevy Compadre. So I actually used to have a G20 van with all the windows in it. It was like a camper kit. And it had like a semi build out. It wasn't like a high top or nothing. It was still a low top van. And the seat at the back folded into a bed, and then two single seats here that rotated. That was one of my version ones of living in a van. Actually, I bought that van, built it out, moved into it, absolutely hated it. So after watching Chrome's videos and taking his advice on living in a vehicle before you build it out, so you can get the baseline of what you want. I did that. I sold that white van, bought this white van, and then lived in it for a year before I built it out. And now it's kind of on like its final version. The blue one will be the absolute final version of every layout. So yeah. Odyssey and Siennas are great. Only issue with some transmissions and sliding door mechanisms. Yeah, the sliding door mechanisms are a pain in the butt, especially up here in Canada. You get ice on the window and you hit that button, boom, there goes your motor. I'm getting a commercial on my own damn life. Driftology. Turtle, did you finish your wish list?
I'm watching right now. That's what I've been dreading. Like,
he's almost there.
I'm almost. I'm very old.
He's very old. He's over there on his typewriter emailing.
We laugh. Yeah, we laugh about it. It's like, where's the AOL disc? Do you have the 56K modem hooked up here? I'm gonna get on the interweb. 1 second.
The best channel to learn about vehicles and the mechanics of them. Thanks. This is the best channel to learn about vehicles and the mechanics of them. Thanks. Thank you guys. You all rock. Thank you very much, Deborah. Yeah, appreciate that. I don't know if you should exactly take my advice on some certain stuff, though, and more of learn my mistakes. Hey, Brent's in the house. Everyone, and especially everyone, I need to know, is this thing on? Yeah, it's on. Yeah, exactly. Mr. Blur has changed the position of his bed 3 times in the last 6 months. He's new to van life as well, and that just goes to show you, how you can feel out your vehicle. I think that's great advice to, if you get a van and it's just an empty shell, put an air mattress in the back, live in it for a bit, feel out your build before you build anything. That way you can decide which way you want it. Van Maruth is in the house.
All right, it should have gone through.
Should-
Van Maruth bought pizza the other night.
Yeah, Van
I'm
Maruth
getting-
came by with pizza the other day. That
I'm
was
gonna
awesome.
get Signores one of these nights.
Oh, I miss Signores.
It's so greasy and heavy, and it really hurts.
I know.
It's
There's
so
just
good.
a
It's so
little bit
good.
further away from us right now, which is probably good because it's dangerous to be close to Senors, but we would love some.
It's so good.
So yeah, Vernon, I believe Turtle has done his wish list.
Yeah.
If you guys want to, you can go check out Turtle's
It
channel.
says, see, look, it's linked.
It's
to the
linked.
account.
There you go.
Wish
Is
list.
it share? Is it publicized on your wish list?
That's a good question.
Just hop into your Amazon thing and I'll
Okay.
take a look for you.
Got it.
But you guys can go check it out and see if it works.
So lost.
So lost.
I signed in my account and it said my name was Chad. I don't even get the name. Not the YouTube, like everything's but my Amazon. The wish list is correct, but when I sign in on this, apparently I'm Chad. And I used a different.
See, it's not Apple, see?
I'm not Chad. That's the.
I'm not Chad.
It's Turtle, not Chad.
It's
right?
Turtle, not Chad, yeah. Yeah, you're supposed to mail me a slice.
Oh my god, it would be so greasy by the time it got to
Can you imagine?
It's so congealed. It's so heavy. The slices are like a pound a piece or
Yeah.
something. Like.
I remember, what was it? Vern's Pizza used to be awesome too. The T-Rex.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it was like that thick, all meat. It was so delicious. But I think they went under different ownership now, and it's just.
I had, you know,
horrible.
it's funny we talk about this. I had kind of like a daydream where I was thinking about my past or whatever, and there was a sub place. We used to get a super sub there, and then it turned into like a daycare or something.
Really?
You know, like the building changed ownership. And we ate there for so many years, and like I went back and it was gone. And I was like, where do people get their super subs
No, yeah.
now?
Exactly.
Where now?
What are we gonna do?
What's our do now?
What our do now?
Yeah.
What our do? Hey, BU Van Life, how you doing, girl? Hey, Turtle, why is there a bra on your list?
There's no.
That's mad.
Is there a training bra on the? I'm still working on. Hey, you shouldn't laugh. I've been getting overweight. Like,
This is
I'm growing a set. All right, like it's not. The winter is. I gotta get it.
this is abuse.
I'm getting. Is there a bra? Just buy it. All right.
Just
Blair?
don't worry about it.
Just buy it. all
Yeah.
right? Stop asking questions.
I had a grilled chicken salad dinner. Nice, Bobtail. I actually had a. Here's another tech tip for you guys. I had a can of Campbell's Chunky in my diesel heater vent tube. Make sure you poke a hole so it doesn't. That's what these guys are nervous about. But
Yeah.
I cook my supper sometimes in a can through my diesel heater vent. Turn that puppy up on high. She gets hot enough. So that's what I had for supper with some Campbell's Chunky. I had pizza with hot sauce for dinner. Nice.
That's all right.
Oh,
I might have some spaghettis.
spaghetti. You've got to
Italians, they know how to
switch
eat.
out the battery. It's out. You've got to switch out the battery. It's out of stock. Okay, we'll keep that in mind, Vern. Is the batteries out of stock on yours?
On my wish list?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Are they out of stock? Just check it out. Let me check it on mine as well. Alright, I have to double phone here.
And all of this, like, you know,
It
I was listening to
never-
Mr. Blur too, and he was like, "Oh, you should put this and put that." So if it seems kind of bougie, like it is a wish list.
Oh
Right?
no,
Yeah.
it's the same thing with me as well. Like there's a few. Even it's a self motivator list too, right?
Yeah.
Like I've got a drone on there. I want to get that for me, right? But they're expensive, and it's gonna take some time. So it seems bougie that it's on there, but it's for me,
Here we
and
go.
also for the videos, improve the quality big time. Let's see here if they are out of stock.
Currently unavailable, and it was when I put
What?
it. Yeah, it was when I put it on.
Mine are on there.
Yeah. You're gonna win.
3 left in stock. Mine says. I bet you his is more updated than mine for sure.
That's fine. I just.
That's weird. I bet you they'll come back in stock in no time, though. I mean, it is
You
rendered.
know what?
Just keep it on there,
Yeah.
and then when it comes back on, like I had the same thing happen with my my oven stove that I have it on the wish list.
Yeah.
Kept coming in and out of stock. Same as my pedal bike crank arms. Remember I was telling you?
Oh yeah.
Every time I get a couple dollars extra, they would go out of stock, and then I'm like, oh, dang it.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things, right? But they'll come back. They'll come back in stock. Where is Turtle from originally? The ocean.
Yeah, turtle. I swam up the shore, and then these guys were hanging out on the beach. It's kind of
The bras for the turtle.
the bras out of
The bras out of stock.
yeah, they're out of stock for the training because I got the really small cup,
Yeah.
and then
Cans because the chemicals in the metal, or so they say. Yeah, I've actually learned a lot about canned food. I should really stop doing that, but currently I'm out of propane, so I didn't.
yeah, I got the stove. If you ever want to cook something?
I know, but it's cold outside.
Yeah,
and to go
that's
from
true.
one van to another.
That thing's so hot.
It is pretty. It works pretty good. But I now know that all of my cans and food underneath the bottom drawer I got to throw out because it's frozen.
I quickly ate a Mr. Noodle at some point just to kind of pick me up the other day. I know they're bad.
I ate a Mr. Noodle the other day.
Yeah, it's just,
We gotta go for Wendy's too.
I know they're bad for you, the Mr. Noodles, but I mean, you can throw vegetables in them and stuff. You can kind of same thing. The canned stuff, I don't know. It's true, but after we're all irradiated, we'll all be eating just canned food after the apocalypse. So
Right.
you may as well get used to it.
Get used to it. I've been eating canned food for years.
Or you could become zombie and start eating human flesh.
I don't want to eat it all.
Oh my god, I'm so lost on this computer. I'm gonna become a Hutterite.
Start churning butter.
Start churning butter and building barns there. I can't do. Email address.
Might have to buy a turtle. That G banger. That's what us Aussies calls thongs. Can you imagine turtle and thong? I don't want to imagine that. Actually.
Minus 30.
Yeah.
You know what? Like, I know maybe in Australia you can get away with skin clothing like that, right?
You ain't doing that over here.
I would had every layer I got, and I was under the bus. And my body was burning. And the last cold snap was worse, but this one.
Vernon, I believe he's using his friend's address currently. That's what we do in van life, man.
It's actually Blur's, if that's okay.
Yeah.
It's actually Mr. Blur's. I'm gonna get a PO box, but
like we mentioned in the beginning of the stream, though, like that's one of the struggles in like when you're a true van lifer is having that address, right?
The buildup.
You're on the road.
The buildup of mail is there, and when I actually put my information and get the PO box, I just get a flood of all this mail.
I know, yeah. Be careful. He is a snappy one. Hey, Reverend Chris, made. Nice, Aaron Malone. How you doing? Made it on. Karen, how long is the cold snap supposed to last?
Next Sunday.
This is Canada. Sunday. I don't think it's ever gonna go away.
Yeah,
we're just.
This one's long.
We're forever doomed. Well, Bruce, if you became a zombie, you can eat turtles.
Oh, turtle soup? Is that what you're saying? Hey, you can never.
That sounds all kind of wrong.
You never seen a turtle move so fast. Oh, God.
The Polar Bear Club. I would not do well in the Polar Bear Club, I tell you that. Even the people doing the cold plunges, I think that's absolutely crazy. In Canada, we just call it going outside. That's it. You just wake up, you go outside, boom, cold plunge, done. You're already freezing your friggin' ass off.
Wait for the vehicle to warm up. That's the typical Canadian.
Yeah, that's the Canadian cold plunge right there.
Like it's minus 40.
No,
if it starts, you know.
If it starts, and if it doesn't start, buddy, now you're in a cold plunge because you're spending the morning with a 10mm socket trying to dance in minus 30 temperatures, and then you just go back to bed.
I've been having real great luck with the starter battery. I switched all the charge stuff to the house batteries. And now it's always full. And even cold, it was struggling, but when I just pin it at that certain spot while it's trying to start, well, that's nice.
Glad you got a better van. Thank you, Aaron. I'm very happy with the blue van as well. I can't wait to get working on it. Cold snap, maybe April or September before it starts all over. I know. It's so frustrating.
It's that one afternoon. You always have it in your mind when you've done enough winters out here, like that one afternoon where it's raining and it's temperate weather, and that's just nice to even hear the rain because it's so dry. We even have a drought right now.
Yeah,
it's either snow or nothing at all. I can't remember the last time it rained. And then,
so Vernon with the batteries on Turtle's wish list is the same thing with the batteries on my wish list. If he changes the batteries on his wish list, then he'll have to stick with that specific battery.
Well, there's 100 amp ones. That's the if I go to the
which one do you have on there? You got
the Renogy deep cycle AGM.
Yeah, but do you have the 100 amp hour?
Well, I have the 200 I think on there.
Oh, put the 100 on there. There was 3 left. Put the 100 on. Yeah. So he's gonna switch it up there now, Vernon.
Yeah.
That's where we're seeing different information. You had the 200 on there. I had the 100. But now that he is going with that battery, if he does go with that battery, then he's gonna have to continue to add that exact same battery throughout his whole battery bank. Same as myself. Like the 2 you gave me, Vernon. I plan to add 2 more to that eventually, and then when I do that, I'm gonna have to get the exact same battery. Still dipping chips. Nice. How many in the house right now? 57 in the house, 63 likes. Thank you very much, you guys. Appreciate it. And we're almost at that hour mark too. We made it. 12:02 though. We're gonna have to wrap it up very shortly. Turtle, if you still when house batteries get full, send extra power to van to trickle charge. Yeah, absolutely. That's exactly what it does.
The charge controller, the Renogy charge, and that thing is just a gem. Anytime I questioned it, I was wrong.
Yeah.
So I'm like, why isn't it charging the front battery? And it always waits till the house batteries are full.
It's such a smart system, man.
I can't. Beautiful. I got worried though for a bit there because I was like, hey, when is it going to divert some to the front battery so I can start this thing? But it's so gentle with the batteries. That's what it's doing. It's like
actually, I could show them right here. So I have the 30 amp charge controller. And then Turtle has the 50 amp upgraded charge controller that I'm eventually going to go with for the blue van. But it is, where is that thing? I hear a van pulling off. This is the charge controller right here, you guys. I don't know if you can see that. So I have the 30 amp. He has the 50 amp. He has to idle for like, what, an hour and you're fully charged? I've got an idle for like...
I caught it today on the app and it was putting like 20 amps each, so 20 amps to the starter and 20 amps to the house batteries.
Where's that hooligan going?
Oh, he got scared.
He's driving off like a blur.
He got scared, so he's going to midnight mass.
Gotta chase some wagons.
Actually, you know what? He's doing something weird here.
Oh, he's doing the drifty poo.
Drifting.
Woo! Blur drifting.
Yeah.
Let's see if you guys can catch this.
Yeah.
Woo, woo. Blur drift. What were y'all saying about that twin turbo transit? I think she's doing all right.
Wonder if you know.
I wonder if you know. That's how we have fun in van life in Canada, folks.
careful out there, mister.
Ben Maruth giving him the gears.
Just sharpening my defensive driving skills.
All right.
When the house batteries get fully charged, you can get the same brand, but it can be a 200 amp hour battery, Bruce. As far as I know, Vernon, they have to all be the exact same battery. I've tethered different batteries, like you're mentioning, together before, and they've died. So that's why I'm trying to specifically stay with the exact same battery. I would love to get the 200 amp hour ones myself, but the 100 amp hours, I'm going to have to continue to get that exact same one. And that's just my experience in them. He was going fast. He was blurry.
It was a blur, yeah.
He was a blur.
There's some sort of joke or pun there somewhere floating around.
Actually, anybody who watches my videos, you could probably, if you know his transit, you could see him in the background of all of the driving videos, like passing me and having fun. We have a good time on the road, especially since we got the walkie-talkies. It's a blast.
Yeah, I mean, this has really been great because meeting everyone. It's I think if there's people out there that they're not joining the van life community and they're living in a van,
Yeah.
like make the leap. Yeah, it's just miserable hanging out alone all the time.
Absolutely.
I got over it. I got used to it. That's what's scary.
Yeah.
Once you get used to it, you can't be around people, so you got to kind of start from scratch.
Yeah. But it is a beautiful thing. Like, there's so many van lifers out there that they never socialize with any other van lifers. They kind of put a shell up and a wall up, and they assume that everybody's out there to hurt them, or they're looking in their window or whatever. I can tell you firsthand. Like, I've got my only like window blocker for the front is my curtain. There's been a lot of nights I've fallen asleep back here, curtain completely open. You get used to van life. Like, when you're actually living van life, those worries, they start to go away a little bit.
You know what? The more you work on the vehicle, the more tired you get.
Yeah, so
and the less you care. Like, I was hearing some noise, like that was sketchy outside, and I was so tired from working on the van. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get up out of bed. It's cold too. I just before the heater, get up out of bed, grab something like the pry bar or something, and start swinging it.
Yeah.
When it's all done, I'm gonna crawl into bed because it's too cold to wait around for the authorities.
Yeah. You got 30 seconds for me to cut you up, and I'm going right back.
I'm
going right back to bed. Yeah. I'm not even calling 911. I'll deal with your ass in the morning.
On cold enough nights, you don't have to worry about too much like people stealing from you because like I don't see any junkies out here really like kind of minus 30.
So no, I don't think I would ever see myself getting a like CB radio that runs off the house batteries. Right now, I have enough running off my house batteries, and for what a CB radio really does and for the amount of time I would have it on, it's not worth it for me. These little guys, they take like 5 watts to charge. They charge on a USB, and they work perfect for us. As the older guy, he would be setting a better example. He should be setting a better example.
What's
funny. By not drifting, I guess.
Oh, the old man.
Yeah.
Well, that's it. You know what?
Listen
as your body starts to slow down, you got to find some way to get through.
Yeah. As a Canadian, I can guarantee you, I've seen 80-year-old people drifting. I've seen like everything, okay, and everyone's having a blast.
Everybody wants to go fast, just because you're getting older, it doesn't mean,
You don't really. I don't even really so much like to go fast as I like to go sideways, honestly. That's why I guess the drifter makes a good name for the blue van. Although we're not going to be drifting the blue van, we're not going to be entering that thing in no drifting competitions. It's more of like the Western style drifter. We're going to use that on the name. I don't think we're going to be just sending. I mean, of course, in the wintertime, I'm a little, you know what I mean? But we're not going to be treating it like this white van. That's for sure. And now that I've deemed this white van as scrap, because like I said, it's been enough time. Nobody wants to trade it for a car trailer. Since I've deemed it scrap, we're going to have some fun out here on these empty roads, because we're right where we are now is an undeveloped area, and there's no like worry of hitting someone or harming any whatever. So we're gonna be taking this white van and giving her a little dark test and have some fun with her. You know what I mean? There's a little bit of snow falling down now, and I want to have some fun. Of course, I want to get somewhat further on the blue van before I really torture this thing, but we're going to be totally tearing it out and trashing it and probably squatting it, so might as well have some fun with it before it goes. These days, people are nuts. I believe that. Got to have every battery charge at the same rate. Higher amp hour takes longer to charge. Yeah, exactly. And that's where my 30 amp charge controller is kind of like, you know, behind in the races compared to their upgraded 50 amp charge controllers. They can idle for probably an hour and almost top their batteries up fully. Whereas this one I have to idle for probably an hour and a half or two, and I don't get very much life out of them because right now it's currently sitting at 12.1. So we're gonna have to wrap things up very quickly. I'm old. I worry about you kids. Oh, don't worry about us. I've been in like I've easily 14 car accidents that rolled. You know, I am no stranger to pushing the limits in an automobile. I don't have any intentions on slowing down on pushing my limits in an automobile. Although I want to build this van to be a reliable, like, home. My plan in the future is to have a vehicle, not so much a van, but a vehicle where I can really have fun with on the weekends. And if it breaks, I'm not so much worried about it. Go to pick and pull, pop a new motor in that puppy. Go to pick and pull, pop a new tie rod in that thing. Go to pick and pull, grab some new tires for that thing. And just have a fun vehicle. Because I am a hot rodder true and true down to my core. That is one of the things that is gonna help keep this guy entertained, right? And also will be fun content for you guys as well. I think, anyway. And Nova Scotia, bro. Chris Noseworthy. I know that name. Nova Scotia, bro. Are you Chris Noseworthy? Kev and I mostly stay on Channel 19. Mostly hear truck drivers crying. And no kidding, the CB used to be fun. Yeah, those truckers learn language from sailors, I'm guessing. Well, I'm sure if anybody tapped into our radio frequency, Van Maruth and Crystal back there, I'm sure get tortured from just us three guys having a fun time.
It's the best form of communication for this. Think about it. Something happens. It's like really emergency or whatever. Yeah. No one takes the time to text it. No one takes the time to put in the phone number or grab someone from the contacts and call. You just press the button, and that's your like.
Even the other day, Matt went back to his van, left his water bottle. I was like, "Hey, forget your water bottle." He's like, "Oh, come on!" It's so much less effort to just go than call or text. What turtle? What name are you using on the wish list for the address so I know I have the right name?
Oh, my name, right? It's that lady's house that she's got all the addresses. Like she got all the
mail. Right. But let me read that again. Turtle, what name are you using on the wish list for the address? Is there options, Brendan? As far as we know, it should be just I was gonna say turtle.
I mean, again, with you, Vernon, I got no problem using my real name. Yeah. But I mean, there's the interweb is a scary place too.
Oh, they know my real name as well.
Like I'll message you my name. But that's
But it's Chris.
Chris. I just don't want anything complicated with. Like, she knows that.
Yeah.
So it's not.
I'm sure she would mind it all.
It's not like all the.
Randy saying newer truck driver phones more than CBs anymore. Yeah, absolutely. As a kid, I remember truckers coming on the school bus channel. Yeah, exactly. And these the radios that we have don't seem to really pick up other channels. Every now and then it will, but for the most part, it's just us on the line, so it's pretty cool.
It picks up Happy now because he got
Yeah,
one.
Happy got the same. Happy didn't get the same walkie-talkie as us, and he couldn't pick up our signal. He got the exact same one as us, and now he can. So, I'm sure there's someone who would love to live in your van instead of being on the streets. Give it away. That's the thing, Deborah. I hate to give this away to someone who's on the streets because this van needs a lot of work. And to give this to somebody who's on the streets, they're not going to have money for insurance. They're not going to have money for registration. They're not going to have money to keep fuel in this pig or maintenance and all of the work that it needs.
And it won't pass inspection.
And it won't pass an inspection. Thank you. So if this were to go to somebody, it would need to go to somebody who knows all of this and is willing to take it on as a camper van project. This is more a thing for somebody with money versus somebody without money. And so far, nobody with money wants it, so we're going to scrap it. And rightfully so, the body's good, but all the doors are falling off. And the front suspension won't stay from underneath itself. So.
And there's coffee spilled on the floor.
And there's a million coffee spilled on the floor.
We lost like 3 the other day.
Oh, easily, yeah.
Matt's Frappuccino. It was a messy day.
I have a lot of addresses on my wish list. It should be just Chris's name then. Chris. A CB usually has 40 channels, and 19 are used for most purposes. Yeah, but for us, we don't need 40 channels. We need one channel. That's it. It's very nice to have those options, but we just don't need them. Turtle, just give the first initials.
Oh, C for Chris. And the second initial is C.
Yeah, CC.
Yeah, there you go. But that's like, I think Matt gets his mail there.
Yeah,
it's $30 a month. I'm just gonna pay the $30 a month.
Yeah, that's a good way to do
because
it.
Because I don't need it going to the post office either. Those places are chaos, and they never know what they're doing at the post office.
That's true.
To have the lady at the house, and where she lived, like somewhere near where Van.
Right on 16th. I had never been there,
near
but
the state, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I know Tuxedo Park. I know that area.
I've got expensive programming radios, but I've got to know people's frequency to chat with them. That's very cool, Randy. That's very cool.
He's got a CB.
Yeah, Randy has those fancy ones.
Yeah, so then that's neat. Cool. So that's the next step from a walkie.
Yeah.
You can probably get a walkie that goes into their frequencies and stuff.
Bring it here. I'll pass it. I have inspection license. I don't think you would want your name on this right now, Vernon. I promise you that. That's why I won't allow.
Tie rod comes off.
Yeah, exactly. This thing, I wouldn't allow somebody to pass this right now, and that's the whole reason why the blue van is now a part of my life. Is because I didn't trust this. I'm at the point where I'm done with this thing. If somebody wants it, come get it. But I'm done. I got a camper van storage unit about all it's worth. Yeah, exactly. For me, it has a little bit of sentimental value, but other than that, realistically, on paper, it's still $1,000 van, and it's built with used materials. So, and the wires are booster cables, and the front suspension wants to fall off, and the doors are held on with ratchet straps. And try the city. Maybe someone there is willing to take it regardless of risk because they need it anyways. If someone's willing to get in touch with me, then, we could probably work something out. If somebody's interested in it, hit me up an email. But I'm not going to any extent to try and get rid of this thing. I'm slowly going to strip everything I need out of the interior anyway and put it into the blue van. As for the build, all of this is going to be staying regardless, unless Turtle needs some wood or something. But other than that, I'm not going to any extent to get rid of this thing. Once I'm done with it, I'm calling up Pick and Pull, saying for $100. That's it. Strip what we can, sell what we can off of it, and then I'm done with this thing.
A trailer hitch. We'll see if it locks up.
Yeah, it's got a trailer hitch on. Like, there's a lot of body. Like, honestly, there's not much rust on it. panel is dented up on this side, most of the body. We should get a horse and pull the white van like on. You know what?
Yeah, we joked
When
about
gas
that.
prices get up any further, I'm telling you, I won't have no problem with kicking the front window out of a vehicle and hooking up some reins.
We're getting a donkey.
Getting it down. You're gonna need more than a donkey for that turtle, bud.
Again, it's
The poor thing. I go through a donkey a week.
Go to your dad's it's one heavy bus. The poor donkey.
What do you live in Saskatchewan and Manitoba? I have a donkey.
A Clydesdale, baby. I think it's
Clydesdale. There you go.
A couple of them.
Oh, okay. I thought so. Mine is quieter also. Yeah, if you guys hear that ticking, that's the diesel heater tick. I know a way to quiet it down, but when I put this one in, it was cold, and I just made it happen. Welcome, Canada. Kevin, Bruce, you should get it. Oh, yeah, I just read that one. Thank you. And plus, Bruce, those batteries are heavy, aren't they? Yeah, they're extremely heavy, Vernon, but they work. I never dream of going to a lithium battery. A company actually sent me a lithium battery that I ended up giving to Mr. That one as well coming up, but we just need the weather to warm up.
I think when you have, for example, this bus is heavy and it uses a lot of gas, but I can carry a lot of weight.
Yeah, exactly. So you're not weight restricted.
I'm thinking with water containers too. Like I'm trying to think. Like you gave me that one, and that's gonna work great. But if there was one that kind of fit over the wheel well,
Matt, talk to Matt about it. He has one under his bed, but he doesn't have it hooked up or nothing.
Yeah.
He's waiting for warmer weather.
And even like you can get the hard water and filter it after the fact.
Yeah.
Like I don't know.
Yes, I made live tonight. Nice. How you doing, Lynette? If we want to visit, can we? If we want to visit, how can we do that? If you're in the Calgary area, you can come. Yeah, you can email me, and then I will give you, the directions on where we are. We'll make it happen. But if you're in the Calgary area or in Alberta, email me, and then we can make it happen. If anybody's interested in looking at it or whatever.
I think it's funny. Like that. There was one guy recently, and he was like, really same thing we were talking about. Really blown away to meet you. And it's like the thing with Bruce, he's the same guy. I know I wasn't watching his videos before I met you.
Yeah, we didn't meet through YouTube.
Yeah, and it's like he's the same guy in his videos as he is outside.
Thank you.
There's no dramatization of his day-to-day life.
This is me. On video, off video.
For better and also for the worse.
Oh, absolutely. Like I can be stubborn and everything else. Absolutely, I'm a normal person.
Old man Blair gone taking a drive, huh?
Gone out chasing wagons.
Chasing wagons, is he?
I don't know.
Is that what he said?
I don't know.
Oh man.
Oh shit.
We're gonna get good footage soon. I gotta do that radiator and
the
water pump. There'll be one warm day and we'll just rock and roll. I can bring the camera out.
Speaking of the cold and vehicle problems that we can't get to, currently Turtle's having an issue with his bus overheating. And we kind of know what it could possibly be. We've got it kind of narrowed down to a few things. But in order to work on it, you got to get outside and be covered in fluid. And it's so cold that you'll probably end up freezing like damn near instantly. So he's been kind of sitting with my blue van. For when we go for showers, he hops in with me, and then we go for a drive up that way. But his bus currently can't really move anywhere either due to overheating issues. But like I said, it's cold out, so he's having overheating issues in the cold, which is like double whammy.
I can run it for 10 minutes, and the gauge is where it should be. That's about the limit. I'd say 7. It starts to go out of crazy, but it's like a big heavy generator at this point.
Yeah, basically.
I'm just running it to charge the batteries.
Yeah,
which is fine because you know what? It's actually only really good on gas when it's idling. As soon as I drive it somewhere, the needle just dives down.
Yeah.
I love it to death still, though.
Bobtail Trucker says, Vernon, the lead-acid batteries are 30 pounds. Lithium is 13.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. But you better put those 13-pound batteries on a shelf and keep them warm if you want to keep them working.
Put them over the dip.
Yeah,
and then
yeah. AGMs you could put just about anywhere. You can put them outside if you want, really. I sent Bruce 2 of those batteries, and he made a video of it, and they were heavy for him. They were definitely pretty heavy, but totally worth it, Vernon. Totally worth it. I have no problem with the heaviness of the batteries because they work, you know. Yeah, I'm gonna have to start the van. You want to start the van for me?
you got it.
Gotta start the van again, everybody, and idle and idle and idle and idle and burn money and
It'll
burn
be
money and burn
spring at
fuel.
some point. At some point.
It'll be spring one time.
One day.
Yeah, one of these days we'll be able to go outside, and that'll be fun. Then it'll be winter again, and then we gotta come back in. Welcome to Canada.
If you leave in the fall, man, I don't know. I just hope that I've got my stuff together so I can go with. But
We can make it
sometimes
happen, dude.
I'll probably be like a year later or something like that.
But regardless, you know, my plan was to go down, scout out some areas this fall and all winter, come back up, and then do another.
If I'm working, like I could maybe get when I get time off, like here or there.
Oh, yeah,
I
dude,
could
so-
plan a trip.
Summertime,
Get
we'll
my
go hard.
passport in order, plan a trip, and then just hit Montana, and then just cheap gas.
Yeah, dude.
God bless.
Montana, Colorado, all the ski places for you.
I heard there's freedom in America. Like
Great. Hear that eagle?
I seen one Highwood. I seen an eagle out here.
I would love to travel with you guys. I have a Toyota Tacoma with a camper on the back.
Nice.
It would have to be in the summer. Yeah, that's my plan as well, to be traveling in the summer. I know a lot of people, enjoy traveling in the wintertime and doing all these cold things. For me, that's never interested me. In the wintertime, I keep my butt in the van, my feet near the heater. That's fair, Bruce. I left a busted car in the middle of the road once. I was so damn done with it. I believe it or not, I've actually done that as well. You hold to the point where you're just like, I've given a Subaru away one time. A Subaru Legacy, manual, 4-wheel drive, 4-cylinder car. Great car, right? I gave it away to 3 people that didn't even want it to give it back to me. They're like, I want that. I want that. I want that for. Couldn't give it away.
I had an Impala, and as I was driving it, I had transmission issues, obviously. And I'd have to shift manually through the automatic transmission. And then at some point, I got to a stop, and it would only go in reverse. So I reversed into a parking spot and called the tow truck and said,
Take it away.
Take it away.
Speaking of only having reverse, when I had my 26-foot motorhome, I bought it with the transmission issue of it only had reverse. So if anybody knows Calgary, I went from the Superstore on Center Street, right at the end of it. I went from that to 16th and Edmonton Trail, basically in reverse down Center Street, 3 o'clock in the morning, passing ambulances.
Yeah.
But you make it happen. You know what I mean? Back before YouTube, you know what I'm saying?
Just redlining it.
Redlining it.
You only have one
The old
gear.
350 can handle that. And then I put a stage 2 shift kit transmission in it that came out of my Cutlass. And then it roared, buddy.
Did the odometer go backwards?
No,
No, it's not like Ferris Bueller. It didn't work in Ferris Bueller either, right? That's a wives' tale. You drive it backwards and bring the odometer down.
It goes in reverse.
If only, right?
No, Bruce, you are not normal. That's why I love you. Thank you, Van Maruth. Yeah, I'm definitely not normal. Absolutely. When most people think of your average van lifer, you know what I mean? I'm probably the exact opposite of that. But I live in a van, so this is my van life and this is my journeys.
Hey,
I'm glad you guys all enjoy it.
Hey, guy, I live in a turtle, buddy.
I live in a turtle.
Hey, guy. You're just a guy who lives in a turtle, guy.
Let's stick a 4BT Cummins in that turtle. I know, right?
Just put a 350 in it.
That's what I've been telling him, man. Put a 350 in it.
Did he say the Cummins diesel?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, there's a note on my bus that guy's Luna. He did that diesel. What is it? A 6.2?
Yeah.
Something up. I'm gonna see him around.
That'd be nice.
But that's you really put a lot of work into that bus. I was gonna keep this very minimalist kind of, you know. But he was like, he dug it all up. I get scared when I think about it. I dig up the floor where the rubber is there. It's gonna be a lot of rust.
Oh
I
yeah.
had like a whole day.
Yeah.
I saw the floor over near the driver's side when I pulled it up, and I'll be there with like a wire brush and like a vacuum,
Right.
and the underneath as well. The rust is just once you take care of it.
Oh, you're good.
You can
You're
get one of
good.
the cans
Yeah.
of WD-40 and just spray everything down so it's nice and
Yeah.
yeah.
Bobtail trucker. Eventually, this channel will offset the cost of idling, right?
You know.
We do a lot of idling here in Canada, unfortunately. In winter, every time we get ahead even the slightest little bit, we get hit with a cold snap, and it just rips us of any kind of funds we had to try and get ahead. Most times in Canada, we just end up spending it to stay alive, which is very unfortunate. But that's what you got to do, man. A lot of idling, a lot of diesel, a lot of this. When you're living the actual van life and you're not plugging in a ceramic heater to shore power, you're not running away to like your friends or parents' houses. You're actually living van life here. It can get expensive for sure.
Harry was saying, "What do you like? You progressed really quickly."
Yeah, you did progress very quickly.
I just throw everything I got at it, and then I'm always like, got nothing left.
And that's the trick, man. I brought myself down to pennies, hundreds of times, just dumping money into it.
But you're doing something with it. It's not like losing it. Like let's say someone drinks heavily or they go to gambling or whatever. Like when you're invested, like when I throw that rad and that water pump and whatever, I'll be broke after.
Yeah.
But I got something.
You got it done. Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's a good feeling.
Who can afford an addiction when they're trying to maintain a vehicle?
That's the,
you know
the,
what I mean?
car parts.
I don't even
addiction.
understand how people can drink nowadays. Honestly,
there's a lot of memes out there with the car parts addictions.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like you need car parts.
Yeah.
Car parts addiction counseling. Do they have that yet?
I'm a new member. Is there a super secret handshake? Nope, no super secret handshake here. Somebody actually mentioned to me in that van's name, the Drifter. Are your subscribers all drifters?
Pretty much.
I was like, that's a cool way to think about it. So yeah, we're all drifters, man. We're all juniors and we're all drifters.
I think you could look at anyone that you meet that's doing it full time. Throughout their life, they were somewhat nomadic.
Yeah.
You had to start off it's hard. You've been conditioned to kind of stay inside all the time. But if you look at me, I was always out. I was always outside. Always hopped from couch to couch when I was younger, like partying with my friends or whatever. And I really had a solid place. And that's where you end up in a vehicle.
Yeah.
Which is better than a tent.
A tent. I always say a tent is a burrito for a bear.
Yeah.
Everybody goes out tent camping, y'all are crazy. When I used to tent camp, I would sleep in my sleeping bag in the open stairs. Because if a bear is gonna come around the corner and attack me, I want to be the first to be able to see it. I want to see a squirrel from up behind it with a light there and think, holy shit, I got a 4-foot squirrel to fight.
It makes sense.
I
have a tent in the bus.
Yeah?
Yeah, this summer we might that would be cool, if we went camping, but with the Starlink. This thing is so amazing. We could be out there in the middle of nowhere, a fire or whatever.
Starlink popped
be like,
up.
hey, we're live.
Yeah,
man.
man.
In the middle of the woods.
That's what I love. Bruce, you need a coachman. What is a coachman? Turtle, what is
that's a trailer. That was the coachman was what I had when I had the truck and the trailer.
Oh, yeah, like a camper trailer?
Yeah.
No, I would actually prefer a car trailer. I've had a camper trailer. I did a 30-foot camper trailer, cut it down to 26 feet, brought it down to the chassis, totally rebuilt it, and made it into a tiny house. But honestly, it's too much space for me. I'm honestly glad that my white van is, when I get into my blue van, it's actually 2 feet shorter than this van. Believe it or not, I'm excited about that. I'm the kind of person who misses living in a car. Very weird. In San Francisco, I used to pop it in neutral and coast down the hill to the gas station after getting home on fumes the night before. Yeah, I've had a lot of those days. I've had a lot of days where you put $5 in a tank and then you hope for the best. As you all know, with this white van, I only ever put $20 in it. It never gets more and never gets less. A lot of times it gets less, right? But it never gets more. Unless it's like -40, then I'll put 30 in maybe if I got it, right? But other than that, this thing ain't getting much. You ever break down with a full tank gas? I mean, how that feels. Now it's -30. Your vehicle's broken down. If you're switching vehicles, guess what? You gotta leave that. I got a 210-liter tank in this van. If I filled this tank and the van broke down, that's a lot of. So you wouldn't have enough jerry cans.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, you got to do something with it, right?
Right? You're gonna just let it all go.
No.
Turtle has a Ford E rust bucket.
Yeah, pretty much, right? But that's the thing, is that's the most reliable engine. The rest of it,
Absolutely.
like,
Yeah, Chris has the inline 6. Somebody just put it in here. It has the inline 6 300.
and if you can tell me the part number to the rad and I already found the water pump.
Yeah, he needs to get a radiator for the Turtle. Honda generator, more gas, right? Yeah, every which way you look at it, in wintertime in Canada, you are spending money. There's no way, but you want to stay alive, you're spending money. And believe me, you don't want to spend money. I've done that too, and I've completely hibernated in the back of this thing, not even poking my eyes out to see daylight because you're just trying to stay warm. I've done a complete winter of that where you're literally just hiding underneath sleeping bags, sleeping on cardboard. I've done all of that stuff too. Fortunately, you can't really get a lot of that on camera because guess what? It's cold and all of your batteries and devices are dead.
And it's miserable.
And it's miserable.
And you're not very happy.
And you're not very happy. And you want to burn everything. But you can't because this is your home.
It's cold and it's miserable.
It's cold and it's miserable, yeah.
I mean, I don't want anyone to bother me right now because I'm not having a very good time.
What made Turtle decide on a small bus?
Oh, I saw it. I thought about the headroom because that was something I appreciated with the trailer. And when I saw the ceiling in it, you can see the steel. So it is kind of like, if you go with a trailer, you really got to check for water damage.
Yeah.
And with that steel, I mean, you see that ceiling in there, that's sealed up. The big thing will be getting the sealant to redo the seals that are there because they've kept it good for that long.
Yeah.
And I was happy with the amount of steel for the amount of money. I think it was $27. It was the same as the insurance. That's how much insurance is nowadays. It's the same price for the vehicle as it was for the insurance. And yeah, I like that it had the straight 6. I didn't like that it had propane, but you don't see a lot of school buses. I have people messaging me all the time saying like, "Oh, where did you find it? Where did you find it?" You know what? It's easier to find full sizes, and I could have got a full size for the same price.
Yeah,
if you really think about it, I'd have that much more room. But it's neat, is what it is. I wanted something old.
Yeah, definitely older the better. Yeah.
You look at like multiplexing and all the problems with modern day vehicles as far as even software. You get something that's 85. This thing doesn't even have a reservoir for the coolant. You just fill it up to the top and that's it. You let it ride. It's cast iron block. I didn't want anything aluminum.
Yeah. Bruce, you ever think about getting a small Honda generator? Absolutely, I would love one, but they are extremely expensive. But yeah, the Honda, I've been envious of Mark the Paint Guy ever since I seen his little Honda generator. That thing was beautiful. And now after seeing Randy Sand with his generator set up, it's definitely something to think about for sure. But with me being in Alberta and me wanting to be in nice weather so much, if I can get one big solar panel, I'm thinking, such as Van Maruth has on her van, then I should be fine for the most part. It's just in the winter, it absolutely sucks. But hopefully this is the last cold winter I'll ever have to experience.
Knock on wood. Oh, buddy, you better believe it.
Broke down with a full tank and brand new tires Broke down too bad. Yeah, that sucks. I once broke down my buddy's car. Brand new tires, brand new wheel bearings, just had an oil change, new spark plugs, new wheel bearings, just filled the tank at the gas station, hit the highway, batted it one time, boom, blew the motor. In the middle of Newfoundland, we needed to go to St. John's coming from Stephenville. So if anybody knows that, yeah. We stayed the night in the car and then got the bus the next day and had to abandon the car. What are you going to do? Fast generator, more gas. How many kilometers do you drive between oil changes? Are you going to keep schedule on your new van? Yeah, so the new van, I'm absolutely going to keep schedule of all my oil changes and maintenance. We're going to try and do that guy right. As for this van, it's probably got 30,000 kilometers on in between oil changes. My transmission fluid's never been changed. I've driven it across Canada twice. My diff fluid, I've never even looked at. It might not even have any. And it's got 300,000 miles roughly on the white van. Chevy, it goes forever. And I'm telling you, I haven't been the best, owner of this white van. I beat it a few times. Not gonna lie. Them Newfoundland trails will really take it out of a lot of vehicles. Looking to 3 or 4 core 4 landline, possibly all over. Yeah, an all aluminum radiator 4 core would that's actually what I suggested, was a 4 core radiator. Bigger the better when it comes to cooling. But it's just we need to find the part number for one that fits his bus. So if anybody knows anything kind of part number wise, drop it in or give me an email. Well, Bruce, if you ever come this way, my wife has a lot of girlfriends that would love to get married. Hey, Vernon, listen, buddy, start, put my email on a card and tell them, start handing them out, know what I'm saying? Tell them, get them on the stream.
Are you blushing?
Somebody actually on the last live stream near the end of it, I was like, oh, woo.
You could say couples are always saying oh, what, how did you meet? It wouldn't be the worst story if you met someone on YouTube.
That would be insane, actually.
It's the dating profiles that scare me. I mean, the YouTube profiles actually are normal people.
For whatever reason, mine's mainly gas stations. I end up meeting people.
Gas stations?
Yeah, it's always a gas station. It's probably because it's the only place that I really get out of the vehicle. Hey, Bruce, which is better, Patreon or PayPal? Which gets used by followers more? That's a good question, Prairie Gypsy, because we have a nice few people on Patreon now, and a nice few people have been gracious enough to use the PayPal. As for which is better, in my opinion, I think Patreon would be better because you're getting something for your donation. You're getting some real-time updates. You're getting some behind-the-scenes stuff that probably will never see the light of day on YouTube. We get real conversations. You don't have to be worried about commenting something in and thinking oh, that was a dumb question, or someone's gonna just jump down my throat for asking this question, because on Patreon it's all family friendly. We're not there to judge. We know that people don't know stuff, and if you don't know, you don't know, and you need to ask to find out stuff. So it's a very safe environment, whereas a lot of social media platforms, for the most part, my comment section is pretty tame, but it can get up there. I try and keep it tame myself. My moderators give me a hand with that. But yeah, Patreon is a good way, I think, because like I said, you're getting something for it. Me and Bruce talked about the fuel cost of generators versus van. Yeah, considering I use my entire van right now as a generator to charge my house batteries, a generator would be a lot less fuel right now than a V8 van. Definitely. Minute Lube would love you. Absolutely, Aaron. I try and never go to those places, though. I try and always do all of my work myself. Can you imagine if I brought this van into a Mr. Lube? They'd probably be just get out. Just go.
Before it leaks all over.
Get out. You're leaking everywhere, buddy. Get out of here. Yeah, Bruce, is there a worse place or most convenient place you have ever broken down? Most convenient place was Deerfoot City that I have ever broken down. The most inconvenient place, there's been a lot of that. I broke down one time out of gas, like 2 hills. This is where I broke down. Literally, I had to make a run for it and get all of my friends to help me push me up the hill. It was a bad scene. 300 of solar, 400 watts of battery. 300 watts of solar is a lot to get, though. Ruth, actually, I need to get the Amazon link to Ruth's solar panel because I'd like to get one like hers. If I can get one like hers on the blue van, it would take up almost the entire roof of the blue van. And that's basically all I want on the roof of the blue van. It's just solar. And when I want to, I can pull it out as an awning. So I've got a cool idea. But I need the right size solar panel. Mama Ruth, if you hear this, link if you have it, please. I'm in Michigan. Canada wouldn't let me in 10 years ago. I miss Canada. That's what I'm very scared of, is getting to the border and they're like, nope. Ugh, my heart would break. You mean I gotta stay here in the cold? We were actually watching a video today, and I showed Turtle that in the video they pulled a vehicle out of their garage and it was snowing, and they're like, yeah, we're gonna go to Florida, and then they just drove to Florida and it was better weather. And I'm like, see, you can't do that in Canada, no matter what time of year it is. You can't just drive somewhere in Canada and it's better weather. No way, it's cold everywhere. A lot of buses sell at auction. Yeah, they do. And instead of an expensive Honda generator, get a cheap 2-stroke Chinese generator, plug it into a power station like a Blue Eddy. So first off, you need to get a Blue Eddy, which is like $1,500 for some of them. And, you know, right off the high, there's a lot that's, yeah. There's a lot not wrong with that comment, Chad. There's a lot wrong with that comment, Chad. Bruce, I know where you can get a 400-watt solar panel for a really good price in Calgary. We'll send you information by email. Thank you, Prairie Gypsy. I'll try and save up some money and, try to get a solar panel soon. It's not my top priority right now, but I definitely would like one in the future. Right now, I still have an entire inside of the van to build out, but I do need to think of solar because when I go to build the blue van, you got to think of everything. Solar wires, where wires are going to be coming in through the roof. I've got light bars on there I need to plan for. There's a lot that comes into it. And if you're a one-dimensional thinker, it's a little tricky to plan an entire van build in your mind. There's so many things you need to look out for. That's a bummer, John. What was the reason if there was one? Bruce, put on your wish list. So put on your wish list. Put what on my wish list, Vernon? Oh, that sucks, John. My dad is the same thing, and he's very upset that he couldn't cross. My connection sucks. I can't even hear you when you get to my comment. How long do you recommend going for? How long do you recommend going before changing oil? I don't know, like 3,000 kilometers. I don't know. Whatever your vehicle manufacturers recommend, run with that one. How about that? I'm not here to recommend anybody in between. I got like 30,000 kilometers in between this oil change on the white van, so I'm the worst person to be asking about that. As often as you can, as often as you can afford to. Your engine will thank you. My 2,000 watt knockoff generator has been for provides 18 watts, 121 gallon. Yeah, is it a what do they call it? Inverter generator? Because if it's a normal generator, even an inverter generator, honestly, is almost unrealistic for van life. Because yeah, you can keep your stuff charged, but I can almost guarantee you that everybody around you is gonna hate you. Even the quiet ones can be, depending if you're city van life and everybody's parked close. Thankfully, right now we're kind of in an open environment. We're parked close more for just, kind of keep together for the wind, I guess. But yeah, in like city van life, it can be a little different with generators and stuff. That's where solar panels come in.
I really wish I had the camera in here, like the 3D one, when you had the live. We were all having pizza because there's so.
That
many
would have
people.
been so
You
cool.
could
Yeah.
have seen, like, it would have been a good.
Yeah.
It's always you wish you had the camera on hand when something's happening. You just gotta make a point of bringing it around with you.
The stuff you're talking about and stuff you need. Yeah, so Vernon, I've been slowly adding to the wish list as I go. I'm not gung ho on adding just anything to the wish list. I don't want to add something to the wish list, have someone get it, and then I don't end up actually needing it or using it. I'm trying to be very strategic with what goes on there. But I will be adding stuff as we go. Bruce, have you heard from John RV? No, I've been meaning to call John in the RV for the longest time now. That's my bad. But we do definitely need to do a checkup on him. If you guys don't know John in the motorhome, he bought a home down in Saskatchewan or Manitoba somewhere. I think it's like 8 hours away. But I do definitely need to do a checkup on him. I'm so bad for that, you guys. Honestly, like I said before YouTube, I didn't even keep a phone on me, so I didn't keep in contact with anybody. This is the most I've ever talked or kept in contact with anybody. It's very stressful at times, but I'm trying to keep my head on my shoulders. I was looking to have both solar and generator. Yeah, definitely solar and generator would be nice. Be prepared for everything. Vernon, I have knowledge of random things from experience. Oh, nice. Crystal just texted me and said that the price of diesel is going up 10 cents tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
That's great. Actually, I got a 15-liter tank for my diesel heater right now. I had like that much at the bottom of it. I went and put $10 into it, and I even looked at Chris, and I was like, that was $10.
Yeah.
It's a 15-liter jerry can.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
And I had that much at the bottom of it, and it was still nowhere near full. Like, it's so frustrating and expensive right now. Oh my god.
I wonder how much cheaper it is at Costco.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and go. I'm gonna try and can't really afford, but I'm gonna try and get some gas tonight, Crystal, for sure, before the gas prices go up. So frustrating. Oh my god, I'm on again too. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Welcome to Canadian van life. The droning of the gas generator would get you kicked out of a place faster than running around in a thong. Absolutely. Big Z's in the house. How you doing, brother?
Hey.
See, another example of how bad I am with getting back to people. I will text you tonight, Big Z. You said you needed solar panels, bros. Yeah, I need to I need to get the link for the proper solar panel I'm looking for. Even the one I have on my wish list now, I need to take off actually, because I'd like to get a bigger one so that it's one panel, just like Ruth's, and I can use it doubling as an awning. I have an idea for that, but there's a reason why I'm not adding stuff like right away. I need to be strategic on it. I need to make sure everything is right for what I'm using it for. I don't want anybody purchasing something from the wish list that I can't use. I wouldn't do that for myself. I'm not 100% sure on it. So
Is Mr. Blur still with us?
Mr. Blur, are you still in the chat?
He went for a drive. I'd say, hey, go get some seniorities if you're out there.
Right? Go get some senores if you're out there chasing
Is it too
wagons.
late? What time is it?
Someone needs to check on Gus in a bus in Vancouver area. Yeah, I haven't heard that name in a very long time, actually. Does Costco have diesel? I don't think so. Some Costco's do have diesel, not the one near us. Another one in the city does.
The Balzac one doesn't have it?
No,
That's terrible.
yeah, but the other one across the city has it.
Oh.
Bruce has really come a long way in becoming more social and talkative since we first met. Yeah, Aaron knows. Even still, I don't really like going into public places. Like, we're gonna meet for a coffee or something. Chances are I'll ask to just stay with or in the vehicles. I'm not a very public person. I am trying to grow out of that. These live streams are helping me, but yeah, I'm not a social butterfly like most people think.
Aaron caught me with locking myself out of the bus.
Yeah.
That's good, Aaron,
Yeah.
man.
Locked
I'm glad
himself
you
out
got
of
to
the bus.
see that.
Yeah.
You know, I'm glad you got to experience that. Me
Behind
locking
the scenes.
myself. 'Cause I'm always in and out of the bus, like hanging out with Bruce and Mr. Blur and whatnot. I know. I knew one day. I used to be able to access the back door, but I locked that down because I didn't want it.
Where did Van Maruth? Just sent you the link. Thank you, Van Maruth. I'll check it out right now. Okay. Hang in there with me, Vernon. See, I want to make sure. Why is everything always in millimeters and centimeters?
I like the metric system, but you know what? I'm willing to change for America.
America.
That's...
Anybody in the chat know what 172 centimeters is by 113 centimeters in inches? Oh, that's too much math. And
Google.
Yeah, I got devices going right now. Not yet. Sorry, guys, I'm falling behind on the chat. I'm trying to get this. I hate doing it. Hey Siri, what is 172 centimeters?
Here's what I found from Wikipedia.org. 172 centimeters, 5 feet 7 plus 12 inches for females.
Okay. What? 172 centimeters, 5.7 inches for females.
Yeah, I'm 180 centimeters, so 5'11".
Why does it make a difference? What?
What was the question?
I just asked for the difference in size, and it gave me what? That makes no sense.
Gender based.
See, here's why I can't trust Google with anything. I'm just gonna add it. I hate doing that. Okay, Vernon, it's added to the wish list. I'll take the other solar panel off the wish list, and I'll come back to the chat here in a second. Where is it? Because then I could use it for an awning. It would be the perfect size. There you go, Vernon. She's all at it. Thank you, Ruth. I greatly appreciate that. Let's come back in here. All right. Gus and the bus moved into a home. Thank you for that update, Aaron. John, thank you for whatever it is you do. Okay. Nice. Being in public is overrated. I totally agree. Only time I thrive to be in a public scene is at a car meet or a car show or something like that. Then I'm a little more excited to be there. Aaron, did you get your spare key mounted yet?
No, I don't learn from my lessons until the second or third time of making the mistake.
Right.
I'm a special breed like that. You didn't learn from your last time you screwed yourself around? Oh.
Go to
I'm going to get a necklace with a key on it, just in case.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll fit perfectly. It fits Van Maruth's van, and her roof is a little smaller than mine, but I believe it'll be perfect for what I'm using it for. But again, I would still like to remeasure stuff, and I honestly have a hard time putting stuff on the wish list because, like I say, if someone jumps on it and tries to purchase it, and I'm not 100% sure on it, then it I don't want anybody doing something like that. I think you can order black. Oh, black frame would be awesome on it, Ruth. Actually, that would be beautiful. What happened to the super chat option? I see this. All I see is yeah. So the YouTube super chat option, YouTube takes 45 or 40% of that cut or something like that. Silly. I don't know why more YouTubers don't mention that. For me, I feel like that's ripping you guys off. If someone has $10, they send me $5 expecting to help me out, and I get $2.50 of that. That's very frustrating. Or in the other sense, someone sends me 10 grand, and then I get like what 5 of that. That's very frustrating. So that's the reason that my super chats are off. If anybody would like to help support the channel, you can always join Patreon, or I have PayPal or e-transfer. But yeah, I don't have the super chats on for that reason. I don't feel like it's fair to you guys or anybody. At what point does a company make enough money, right? Wow, that solar panel is big. Yeah, it's huge, Vernon. But that's the beauty of it because it'll double as an awning, so it could be on my roof, and then in the summer it will slide out for an awning in front of the side door. I have a plan for that on how it's going to be designed. Very excited to do that. But everything needs to be thought out and planned. If diesel gets any more costly, may as well run kerosene. It's cleaner to burn anyways. Yeah, exactly. Kerosene is very expensive, but diesel's getting up there as well. Chad is inconvenient to funds. It's inconvenient to receive funds. Yeah, it's also inconvenient to receive funds a month later as well. Gift subs. How's your batteries? Yeah, I should check them again. We were just idling for another little bit. I'm on the gaslight right now, so I'm gonna have to literally after the live stream go for more fuel. Very frustrating, but we'll get it. I'll stay alive. My batteries are at 12.3. Fair enough. About the super chat, thought it was about 20%. Yeah, that's not fair. Exactly, that's not fair at all. And I'd see on a lot of other people's live streams, people just raining on the super chats, and it kind of, it's not right for people not to mention what YouTube takes as a cut for that. This is why I gift subs more than donating monies for. Yeah, the gifting memberships is a great way as well to gift other subscribers with something and also support the channel. I think that's a very cool option. Kerosene is quite expensive compared to diesel. Yeah, kerosene is still very expensive.
Someone told me that it was Randy. Told me that I should go to Superior Propane and see.
Yeah,
because they may sell it to me as a heating fluid, or like as a. I mean, I can say I have the tanks and it's for cooking or whatever, and then they charge me something else. But I think there's one near Deerfield City or something.
Chad, it's above 33% white tax. I really knows has done that test on his channel. I'm sure he has. That's highway robbery with fuck YouTube is so greedy. Exactly. I think more people should bring that to the subscribers' attention, in my mind. Chad gifted memberships. Thank you very much.
Vanma.
Hey, Van Maruth has got a membership. Look at this. That's cool. Thanks for the info, Randy. Congrats on Randy. All right, you guys. It's 1 minute away from 10 o'clock here. We've been holy smokes. We've been going for 2 hours. Thank you guys all so much for joining. We got 48 in the chat and we got 82 likes. Thank you guys all so much for popping in. We will be doing another live stream tomorrow around noonish. Also have a video, an actual video premiering tomorrow morning. So make sure you hit that bell and get notified of that. Tomorrow's going to be a very busy day on YouTube. And with it being the weekend, might as well have some fun. So we'll see you guys all there. Hey, Vernon, dropping more memberships. Thank you very much, brother.
Yeah, gift you a coffee when this is done.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Coffee?
I'll get you
I'm down. We're going to go
just
get a
gifted
coffee.
a coffee live.
Live, boom. All right, you guys. I hope you guys all have a good night. Stay warm, stay safe, and remember, never give up on living life. We'll see you guys all tomorrow. Have a good night. Say goodbye, Turtle. I know it's all
reverse,
backwards.
It gets me off.
Oh shit! Every time with me.